Right, everyone, so this is the review. We'll hear from Rafa Benitez in a moment, but I'm going to get Kyle and Rob's thoughts on that pitiful performance, and we'll keep it clean. Well, I'll keep it clean, these two might not. So the lineups itself, Kyle, that was a pretty strong lineup though.
It's a strong lineup to win the game. We had a live thing before the game, going through the lineup, and we're all pretty confident. Bar Sterry and Longstaff, all of them are first team quality in Rafa's team selections. All of them are featured in the team at some point in the Premier League. So you would say it's good enough to win the game. It was.
What do you make of the performance? You don't have to go all the way through the goals, but just in general, that performance. Did the lads let us down?
Yeah, I think if you haven't seen Paul's play ratings video yet, please do. I think Paul covers everything that I want to say on that. Blame the lads, yeah. There were a few that just didn't seem to be bothered. I'll finish this answer on a positive note. I'm proud for Sean Longstaff. I think he deserved his first team opportunity today. And yeah, I mean, he didn't run the show. He didn't run the show, but he seemed better than most. One of our better players out there. I think that's concerning in itself. But on a personal note for him, I'm proud of him. Yeah,
his brother was here as well. He was in the crowd, Matty, as well. So they're the highlights, probably the kids maybe. But switching to that, you can talk about the goals, you can talk about the mistakes and so on, but we should not be getting beat at Forest. That's no disrespect to Forest, by the way.
Well, we shouldn't be, but as we know from the Championship season, away games like this can be hard. We got beat up here, down here in the Championship, but it had its controversy that game, but we still lost here.
Well, they put one in the cup last year as well.
They did. They've beat with 3 seasons in a row, Forest. So at the end of the day, these are one of our bogey teams as it happens. So just one of them things.
Who do you blame for the defeat?
How long you got?
Do you blame Rafa tonight? Just forget about Mike Ashley for a second, but who do you blame? Do the players not show enough?
You say forget about Mike Ashley, but how can you? You've got Kennedy playing at left back, man. Where's the depth? Where's the strength in depth for this team? I said in my fan cam after Hull, if that's what squad depth, are we going to stay in the division? Seriously,
we need to stop going to away games because we're not winning any.
it's a journey, man.
Honestly, this is our 6th game so far since pre-season. We haven't won any, and that stat alone, that is frightening.
Definitely. I mean, that start. I mean, things have to improve if we are going to remain in the Premier League. I mean, that's not opinion. That's a matter of fact. You can't just play like that. You can't have defeat after defeat away from home and expect to actually be a Premier League team. Oh man, I mean. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Was it? We seen Ayoze Perez at the very end go absolutely wild.
Yeah.
That was probably the key. I know we didn't deserve to equalise. I don't care what anyone says. We didn't. We deserved to get beat tonight. Yeah. And we equalised, and then we'll shed that penalty shout. People are going to Newcastle fans will say that's key because if that's a penalty, we'll go through.
It was 2-1 at the time, so if that was a penalty, then yeah, and equalised it, probably would have gone to penalties.
We might have went through.
Yeah, we might have done, but the bottom line is the performance. We did not deserve to be anywhere near the 3rd round. It's absolutely laughable. Perez, yeah, I mean, was he brought on too late? I think Atsu was kept on. He was.
You have to question Rafa on that, surely.
Definitely. I mean, Murphy for Atsu. It's what we were crying out since half time. And it just never happened. Well, Murphy didn't come on till about the 75th-ish minute, and even still he came on for Muto, who was a class above Atsu. Still wasn't good enough, but hey, a class above Atsu. It wasn't actually that difficult.
Yeah, Atsu's getting a lot of criticism. Let's quickly hear from Rafa.
We didn't start well, and it's something that we have to analyse always and try to improve. So the only thing that you can get from this game, apart from the goal of the striker, is the mistakes that we made in some situations that we have to manage in a better way. You were playing against a championship team, and you could see the way that they were playing, so they were managing the game in a professional way.
Not a happy bunny, is he? Are you worried?
Well, it's concerning, losing to Forest and then with City at the weekend and Arsenal coming up as well. It is concerning, but I'm not worried. I'm not too worried just yet about like going down or anything like that. It's too, you kind of like just.
You think people are going to Rafa? So you get Rafa out, and you get a couple of idiots, and then you might get a few people are going down. I think it is too early, isn't it? We've got a really tough run in. Forget about this for 1 second. That run in the Premier League is really tough.
Well, anyone that says Rafa out is a flipping moron.
I would agree.
Sorry, like, but he's the best manager for this. Is there anyone that's going to do better? Seriously, Tony Pulis, Steve McLaren. Who would you bring in? Alan Pardew,
Alan Kirbishley, Dave Bassett.
It could be worse, you know. But
Tim Sherwood.
At the end of the day, as Paul said correctly in his fan cam, he hasn't been given the tools to do the job at the end of the day. Kennedy flipping left back, having to cancel loans for Longstaff to improve his development, so he's a part of the depth here. Sterry getting a game, and we've got a couple of injuries with like Lascelles picking up knocks and Shelvey and Manquillo and people like that. And look at the state of the depth that we've got. Like Longstaff and Sterry were some of the better players today, and that
tells a story.
It does tell a story of like how concerning it could be. Like they did play well and fair play to them. I hope they kick on and really challenge for the first team. I don't think it'd be hard if they keep playing like that, mind.
Well, I'm really disappointed because I'm a person who likes to actually have a cup run. Some people don't. I am one of them because we're never going to win the league. We're never going to compete for Europe with Mike Ashley in charge. Rob, before we finish off there quickly, you're with us again on Man City on Saturday night.
Yep.
What's happening there?
3 Forest.
You know, 3. I mean,
Forest.
it's going to be. It's going to be. Do you think it can only get better? Surely. Can it?
Arguably so. I mean, I think a win tonight would have worked wonders for the confidence. It wouldn't have had any effect on the Man City game, I don't think. But I think I totally agree with Kyle in the sense that he says that he's concerned, not worried just yet. I think once we've weathered the storm after facing all the top 6 by the end of September or early October, that kind of time, if we can weather the storm until then, that's when our season would start to seriously start, essentially.
Probably when the season does start.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly, at least. A win tonight would have been, for confidence' sake, essential. But yeah, Man City. Obviously, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to spending the time with you guys.
Oh, thank you.
But hey, I think yes, we can take solace from the likes of Crystal Palace last season. Look at them. I mean, Palace last season they massively picked up, didn't they? They were just at no hope at the bottom of the table in the late stages of October, if I remember rightly. And hey, they finished 11th. That's late stages of October and November. That's when their season started. Hopefully, we can have our season starting a lot earlier, but at the moment we can take solace from Palace's season last season.
Right, okay, so we're going to wrap up. Obviously we've calmed down a little bit. Let us know what you lot think in the comments down there below. I'm sure you'll have a lot to say on that. Bye bye.